there's much we'll never know about the way the Norman conquest impacted upon Crowhurst, we can be confident, however, that the ancient yew which stands outside this church was here in 1066. In this extract from The Golden Warrior, a novel written by Hope Munns, she imagines Harold's Crowhurst Reeve standing up to the invaders. On the third day, the Duke burnt King Harold's fair manor of Crowhurst. Harold's Reeve had buried his lord's treasures under the great yew in the churchyard. Nor would he fly and leave the house unguarded. He and his men were taken. Not a soul would tell William where the spoil was hidden. The Reeve was hanged from the yew tree, and the rest barred within the hall and burnt. The hanging was a slow one. William and his captains watched the Reeve die and hearkened to the cries of those who burned. Some of the barons mocked, some of them yawned. The Duke kept silence, his face unchanged. Edith the Fair, Harold's handfast wife, may well be the richly dressed woman fleeing the burning house on the bare tapestry. If this is so, then the house is Harold's Crowhurst Manor. Edith, according to the Waltham Abbey Chronicle, was certainly in the area. The Chronicle describes how, following the death of Harold, two monks of Waltham Abbey, named Osgood and Ethelric, asked permission to remove the body of King Harold back to the abbey for burial, since Harold had been a generous benefactor to them. And so the brethren hastened to the dead bodies, and though turning them over on this side and that, they were unable to recognise the body of the king. They decided that there was only one solution: for Osgood himself to return home, and to bring back with him the woman whom the king had loved. This was Edith, surnamed Swanishells, which in the vernacular means swan neck. She knew the secret marks on the king's body better than others did. Thus they would be assured by her knowledge of his secret marks when they could not be sure from his external appearance. The reason for this was that when the mortal blow was struck, whatever royal insignia he wore were immediately carried off to the Duke so as to be evidence that the king had been slain. When Osgood had brought the woman, she pointed out the king's body among the heaps of dead from several identifying marks. The body was placed by the brethren themselves upon a bier, and many of a company of Norman warriors paid their respects to the body all the way to Battlebridge, as it is now called. And so did a large number of Englishmen, who had heard of the imminent defeat of their men, and caught them up, because the English had never experienced fellowship with the Normans before. They brought the body to Waltham, and buried it with great honour, where without any doubt he has lain at rest until the present day. But his life had ended, and that a noble king, having ruled the English for a short time only of a year and some months, went the way of all flesh, and was gathered unto his fathers. O Jesus, God and Saviour, thou didst take on thee the sin of Adam and taste death, that thou mightest deliver men therefore. O compassionate one, in the courts of thy saints, give rest to those who have suffered, in that thou art gracious, for thou only art good, and lovest all mankind.